Brexit concessions made by Boris Johnson could allow the EU to take action against the UK in the future, experts have warned, as negotiations falter. As the threat of a no-deal Brexit coincides with fears over the coronavirus pandemic, Prime Minister Boris Johnson is resisting an extension to negotiations with Brussels. Mayor of London Sadiq Khan and a number of Conservative MPs have called for talks to go into next year after France banned UK freight from entering the country. This means there is just a week and a half for Brussels and London to agree and then ratify a trade deal before the transition period ends on January 1. Disagreements that have prevented a trade deal from being agreed include clashes over fisheries and regulatory divergence. The EU wants the UK to conform to its trading standards, and is also looking to maintain European vessels' access to British waters. RTE's Europe editor Tony Connolly explained in the Brexit Republic podcast that Mr. Johnson has made a key concession which could allow Brussels to take action against the UK in the future. He said, "It appears that at some point the UK accepted the principle that if the UK diverged from EU standards in the future, then the EU had a right to take action either through tariffs or through another measure if it felt the UK was distorting competition." That was a big shift in the UK's position, but the EU also shifted its own position. Essentially, it said the EU could take action against the UK if there was a clear, competitive advantage to the UK by moving away from EU standards on labour or social issues. But they would have to consult with the UK first through an arbitration process, possibly a committee. This has been described as managed divergence, giving the UK the sense it will be allowed to diverge, but it would be managed by both sides to make sure nobody gets burned. Mr. Connolly warned that the process of arbitration could take a long time, however, meaning the EU could slap retaliatory tariffs in the UK while the disputes were being dealt with. The journalist added that the EU will have a weakness in this scenario, as tit-for-tat tariffs will hurt some EU member states because of an industry they may not have a huge stake in.